share a little private story with you. You see, I like to give advice because I went through everything. I actually give advice. Most of it, yeah, I read it, but I lived through it. It's one thing to read something, and it's another thing to hear it from someone else, and it's a whole other thing to live through it. So I lived through a lot, most of it, if not all of it. And there are days that you don't even imagine the things I see or feel, because I've seen so much darkness ever since I opened my eyes into this world. Sometimes I just want to go to sleep, and I do. I sleep a lot. I actually thought about it in the last 5 years, ever since I started healing and really taking care of myself. I think I slept 2 years out of the 5 in total time. I slept so much, because when you heal and you open so many layers, you get a lot of times overwhelmed. And when you're so traumatized and you suffer from PTSD, a lot of things can seem very threatening, especially if you have a past with failing at them, like being a part of the system, like wanting to, the basic survival things. They were always challenging for me. I had periods that were better, and I had periods that was traumatic, like housing. I keep on telling people, like, if you want to hear the housing story, put it in the comments. But I have a feeling that I'm just gonna have to tell you the housing story, and maybe then people who actually put stuff in the comments will start putting stuff in the comments. So, just because it's easy for me to say that people don't run like a chicken without a head, it doesn't mean that I don't get a moment in the day that I myself a chicken without a head, and then I find it rolling down the street, grab it, and go home and sew it back on. Hoping that all the nerves are going to reconnect. And all I'm saying is that life is an ebb and flow. And even if, people like to seem like they know everything, nobody knows everything. Believe me, I've been watching all kind of interesting videos lately about all kind of people, especially people in channel. Men, I don't trust them, sorry. I love men. I love men. But I just don't trust them as channels. They have a problem with power. And the moment they get a lot of attention and power, then I can't trust them. Then I feel like the message is not filtering. And so I've seen all these like scare methods, or just like ways of delivering messages that are not really substantially helping anyone. And obviously it helped me going down the slope. But then I stop and I say, you know what? I can't control any of this anyway. I'm doing everything I can. I'm asking for help from my guides. What else can I do? Relax. And usually I just grab a pencil or a pen, and I either do calligraphy, or I draw, or I write, or I take pictures, or I just work on stuff I already created, because it's the best thing I can do for myself. So